Alright, well, it's been, oh god, how long has it been since that last video? I left you guys off with that little cold snap we had. We had that ice over the gravel. Then we dropped temperatures down a considerable amount. I think we got down to -11 a couple nights ago. Needless to say, it was too cold to work. Let me get this here. The heated jacket's been nice. I started wearing it when I got below 50. That's part of my base layer. Anyhow, it's also in my videos I had this bulge up here because I had this nice big battery right there. Anyhow, got cold. We had snow, and then it cleared off, and it was just cold. It was around the single digits, and I'm sure everyone heard about the Midwest freeze and having negative 11 Fahrenheit. Actual temperature, not wind chill. It was actually -20 wind chill. Yesterday I went out to the ambulance trying to do something there, and I about froze my fingers because it was too cold. This 1 second of touching it with bare fingers is enough to make them go numb for an hour. So I've been not doing anything out there. If you look behind me, other than the mess that's there, I got my water tanks in. I have two 40 gallons and a 31 gallon, and we'll figure out how we're going to arrange that, plus the water pump and LED lights and some other stuff. But I really would like to get this finished up welding the bed platform done. So I'm going to try to get out there and do some welding today. I got to throw on another layer. It gets cold out there without all these layers on. It kind of sucks with all these layers on. Hang on. We got... Now, we've had all forms of snow this year, which, you know, lucky us, we're usually lucky to have snow 1 year a dusting, and this year we've gotten more than a dusting. Only got 2 layers on the lower portion, but I need somewhere to get the heat out. I've been having the heater going on inside the ambulance now. I want to get that done though. Of course, this needs to be put back up. Hi. We'll see how long this lasts, but I really I've just been sitting around. I only had one more video edited, ready to go up, and that's coming out soon enough. You guys will already seen it by the time this came out. But hopefully we're done with the cold weather. Alright, see you out there. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Well, it's definitely warmer today than it's been in a long time. I got out yesterday and worked. I didn't record any, but that's okay because it is what it is. It's cold last night. Most of these batteries don't work too great in the really, really cold weather, and yesterday was really, really cold. It was still below freezing for part of the day. Part of it did get hot enough to melt stuff, and today it definitely got nicer. But I sitting around waiting for the cold weather. I ordered a bunch of stuff. I got 4 boxes of this acoustic rock wool, so it should help reduce the low end noises, because when you're boondocking, sometimes you don't get a chance to boondock out in the wilds. Can't talk today. Sometimes you don't get a chance to boondock out in the wilds, and you have to stay in a truck parking lot, and those suck because there's always a semi idling because that's their source of power. But that noise comes right through your rig and you can hear it. So I got the 2 inches of the sound deadening rock wool they use for bass traps, really, but I'm going to do the whole floor and maybe part of the walls with it to help kill some of that noise. I also have some kill mat in there that's supposed to help absorb some of it, and all it is a butyl pad. Sometimes it's sold as a butyl tape, but a butyl pad with a reflectance on it, and the thickness of the butyl is what gives it sound resistant properties. And that's going to go in there too, but I have to wait until this the skin's at least 50 some odd degrees for the glue stick, so I can't do anything with that right now. And let's see. So rock wool, it's also fireproof too, and fire resistant. I've been using a little bit on the welding to help shield my fingers because I've got some of this really. Oh man! I built this yesterday, and let's see. These are my end caps to go over the back of it. I got some 1/4 inch, 2 inch, and some 4 inch, and cut it down to size. Did a nice long welded seam, both sides, some inside. This makes this a structural point versus not a structural, what it was not going to be. These are going to be my end caps. Hang on, the wind's picking up. Needless to say, I had the other one right here. It has not been fully welded. I got tired last night and sore and cold. It's colder at night. You can kind of see the weld lines there. I'll go back and grind those smooth to make it look pretty like the other one. And then I'm gonna, because of the way the welds happen on the end and concave, I made them a little long so I can cut them off on each side a little bit more. I've been going through the gas, but I'm gonna get that done. Main need to get that noisy me. The main need to get that done is because I can get this gap over here filled up, and this one filled up. And for the most part, that will make everything back here watertight. So if a rainstorm comes in, I can get everything far from the big opening that I'm working on and not worry about getting wet so much. And also with having insulation here, I can start building up the floor. I'm probably going to work from the back side forward. I have my water tanks in there, so I'm going to have to pull up the ground here or the floor here and cut my access for my fuel tank access, then get in there and do maintenance. I also got the tanks kind of designed that way. Let's see. I'm going to cut out a little bit on this one here, right there, and put the tank through it. It's going to be a little bit long, but it should be fine, I think. Yeah. We'll find out how fine it is. This looks a little bit longer than, or shorter than it was. I'm still debating on if I want to pull these inserts out here and here. I'm leaning towards it because it gives me more options in the build area. The downside is I lose some structural support right there. Also, I have to make myself do more work, which is another thing. I also need to come in here and put some rivets here. I did it on this side. I put a lot of rivets in here to help smooth out the skin, give it a better look. It's still a little wonky. Most people won't even be able to see it, especially if I go with a outside finish like I'm thinking, a matte finish. But it's wonky partly because it was wonky before when I bought it. The manufacturer had a little wonkiness on it. No telling why. It's wonky now because I've been putting heat into this panel and welding it up, and I haven't been giving it enough time to not get wonky. And then some of that just generally happens because of what I'm doing. But it looks better now, and I'm happy with it. I will probably go through and add a couple more rivets on the corners, just to give it a little bit more noise absorption. But it sounds way better than it was. It was pretty teeny earlier. But with the kill mat and the rock wool, that should kill all that noise too. And then I'm going to come back in here and drop supports in. I got to get the windows and decide on the windows. It's going to go right above here, I think. And I might just go ahead and come in and drop a support in here, cut all that out and leave that open until I have the window decided on. I might also come in here and take some of that 1/4 inch stuff that I got for the corners. I got enough of that left over. I can use it as a doubler joint on some of this cut lines, and I might just go ahead and do that. That will give me some extra strength right at the cut line because you take so much strength out of the cut line. And then when you weld it up, you take away the heat treating hardener portion of it. So it's no longer heat treated, so it's not as strong. So if I double it up, it give it more strength. If anything should happen bad. But I'm not there yet. I probably will do that, but I want to get this area dried in too. So that is on the list. Think I have a good way of bending the metal and getting the look that I want. Still, I haven't done any experiments with it, so it's yet to be seen. But we're going to work on that probably after these. So if it's not windy today, we're going to get these up, finished up and up. If it's too windy to weld that, we'll probably start on that. So yeah, that's where we're at. Just like that, I got an ugly weld. It's welded on both sides. It should be fine. It's good enough to hold it. But this is the rock wool. This is some of my spare I keep around. I was using it to shield my fingers. It still smokes a little bit, but boy, it sure does help my fingers out a lot. But that'll be everywhere here. Now it's time to go grind and put them on. Very happy with how strong it came out. Looks manufactured. Do the same thing to the other one. I'm gonna go cut those off and put those in. Alright, I didn't record much, but hey, whatever. So today we got both angles done, which is good. And almost got that completely welded up. I ran out of argon, otherwise that would have been done today. No big deal. And then if you look right there, I got a bottom right hand corner of the bed up there. Kind of give me a nice visual reference of where everything's going to be, how far it's going to stick out. And yeah, I think I have an idea. I'll need to think on it for a while, figure out for sure. And then we get some more argon. We'll weld those up there, the corner pieces. Get that done. Start on that. Oh yeah, and fix a hole in the roof. All I did today is just make it worse. I need a backing plate, and I need to do it from the top side instead, trying to upside down weld, TIG weld. I need to get a better muff for this thing. Anyhow, I'm going to show this to you now before it gets done. You can't see it too much up close, but when you get along the side here, you can kind of see the waves in it. That's from me putting all this heat in it. I tried cutting it out to see if I could hammer it back in place, but that's not happening. I gotta replace that rivet because I just drilled it out. Or cut it off in the back of it. So I was trying to smooth up the smoothness here, but I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with it. I think just weld it and hopefully the paint covers up the whole thing. You can really see it right there with the reflections. Really show it really good. But it is what it is. Might be the name of the rig. It is what it is. But today, more welding, more gas, more welding. Let's see if we can get those back things on today. I don't know. And then, I can crawl back on the roof and re-weld that one. I'd like to fix all these holes up in here, but we'll see about that. Welding this stuff's a pain in the butts, especially without getting any random deformities. And I think I'm going to end up pulling the welder out to weld inside the shop there to do everything I need to, because I need it to be shielded for most of it. I'll get my measurements here in a second. Then we'll cut this all out, and then we'll go weld everything inside, and then plug it in and stick it in a spot. Pretty sure this back part of the frame is going to hang off a little bit. That or build another frame, hang it up at top. Don't know yet. We'll figure it out soon enough, I'm sure. So, yep, it is what it is. More work, more welding, more time, more gas. The welding this thing in, the cover over, I'm almost done, and the weld waviness is driving me up the wall. It's getting my not OCD, but I worked really hard to make the front flat and this flat and match it. But the waviness is starting to bug me. So I'm going to come in here and cut this all out. We're going to get another piece of flat in here. Hopefully by cutting it out, it takes out all the waviness that's going on in the skin of this. And then we're going to come in and rivet some pieces into it. Put a plug in it, kind of, so to say. And then go from there. From this, yeah, it's a shame because it's almost done. I'm a little perturbed about it, but in the same sense, it's like the waviness is driving me up the wall. It's not flat, and I work really hard to be it flat, and it's not flat. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut this out. God, they wasn't recording the whole time. Anyhow, we got it out. I thought it was recording, but apparently not. So, well, I'm gonna come through and measure me a replacement piece to drop in behind here. Before I do that, I'm going to come cut all these rivets out. I tried to straighten it out with rivets. That wasn't happening. So I'm going to get me a piece that fits in here, clean up the edges, drop that piece in, and then I can drop on whatever piece I want on the outside and rivet that in place and make the thickness the same. Mainly I'm going to use rock wool, and it's waterproof. You remember earlier in the day how we had that wonkiness going on? It's gone, all except for something that was there before in the metal. I'm hoping the bed liner that I put on the outside of this will hide most of this. We'll find out. It says it can hide imperfections up to 1/4 of an inch, which is quite a bit in all truth, so we'll see. We'll see. And if I don't like it, I'll come in, drop a plug in there, and rivet it in place, and just run body filler in that. But it'll probably make cracks, so I'm okay with this. The waviness was driving me up the walls, and I can't say enough how bad it's driving me up the wall. I'd much rather have a straight side than we're squirrely side, and yeah, one way or the other. Sure hope that wind dies down. I'd like to get these corner pieces welded up, but we'll see. I gotta get the I gotta be able to make this roomy enough to push that table in here so I can start working on that front platform in here, I think. Which means tearing all this down, throwing all my spare stuff over here, cleaning up the floor, and cleaning this up so I can roll it in here. So yeah, okay. But sure would have liked to have that welded. Oh well, not much I can do about it. But I did figure out the curved structure, how to do that. It involves a lot of cutting and a lot of welding, but we'll get there. It's part of the reason I need to move in here so I can do all that cutting and welding. And my sheets for the rest of it. So I'll bring you guys back in next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.